Meme stocks are back, baby. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. I wanted to talk about this stock that was brought to my attention. It's called ALTS. I came across it because I saw Eric Trump post about it. Breaking! I am excited to join the board of ALT5, so ALTS, Sigma, and help lead the way in revolutionizing the digital asset space. Of course, he has to tag his dad because, Donald Trump Jr. and I, the two brothers, are deeply committed to the success of this company and its innovative approach. I would encourage you to look into World Liberty Market. So what this is that this company recently, the way that they're posting it, it looks like they IPO'd. They did an IPO. They did a SPAC merger. For those that do not know what that is, it's pretty much a cheaper way. Let's say that you can, grow your Instagram account to 1 million followers, or you just buy an account that has 1 million followers and then you replace it with your name. As I think the best way in the modern day that I could explain this. SPAC company is a special purpose acquisition company. So instead of going through the whole process and loopholes of an IPO that might be extremely timely, this is always the cheapest way and the most efficient way to be able to do it. I actually don't know if it's the cheapest way, but I definitely know that it definitely cuts the time very quickly, right? Let's get to that in just a little bit. Are SPAC companies good investments based off of history? No, based off of recent performance data and expert analysis, SPAC companies have shown a tendency to underperform the broader market, especially in post-mergers. Very simple. I then asked it a question of, what are some popular SPAC companies? Because that is exactly what this is. This is a company that was something else before. It now was acquired. It became ALTS, which is very creative in their alts, kind of symbolizing alt crypto, or what is it called? I'm not big into the whole crypto space, but like alt season is what I often hear. It's those bullshit coins that they try to pump and dump, which I think is a terrible foundation to be built off of. That's just my opinion. I'm just going to be very open with you, but I want to talk about the good and the bad. Now, can SPAC companies make you money? Anything can. Yes, the answer is yes. Very, very simply, can you make money trading SPAC companies? Yes, because when you look at popular SPAC companies, and this is what I wanted you to understand. If you're a well-experienced, well-versed trader, you know exactly what I'm talking about. SPAC companies tend to be very volatile companies that do great with marketing on the back end, right? And they just drive every good thing that they are doing in a short period of time to try to skyrocket the price per share, get in, get out, and let's just talk about it. DKNG, this one is actually kind of bothersome that they were a SPAC company, but instead of going through the traditional route of an IPO, DKNG is a SPAC company. Now, is this one a complete pump and dump? No, from the time that it, merged and all of that, the highs, the lows, the current highs, lows, it's not terrible, right? This is actually a pretty good example of a company that's done fairly well. Is it a stock that I care to invest in at these levels? Of course not, but it didn't do terribly well. I don't know if you guys remember. We can talk about Lucid just because it is also a SPAC company. In my opinion, a lot of these companies that use SPAC as mergers is they know that they need to capitalize in the current market environment. That's how I see it. And it's just my opinion. You let me know down in the comment section what you think. If a company was truly successful and wanted to have a successful initial public offering, IPO, just like Facebook did, just like Amazon did, because they're a well-ran business that people actually want to invest into because there's growth and potential there. They're going to go through the whole IPO process. It's a big celebration. A SPAC is, hey, market conditions right now are very favorable, just like they were in 2020, right? And as you guys can see, 2020, very popular for Lucid. Lucid needed money. It's a great way to be able to capitalize on current market conditions. So they're going to do these SPAC acquisitions. But then what happens? Well, after the hype is over, right? And reality begins to sink in and fundamentals begin to sink in. Because remember, when there's a good story and good price momentum, fundamentals don't really matter in the short term. But long term, they always matter. What do you think about this? Losing 95% of its value. This is Lucid Motor Group. One of my favorite SPAC companies is Nikola. Oh, shoot. Nikola isn't publicly traded anymore. Oh, who would have thought? But everyone thought that it was going to be the next Tesla, right? That's what it positioned itself to be. I can't even pull data on this thing. This thing pumped and dumped. Again, it was also a SPAC company. Why would Nikola have not just IPO'd? Because its fundamentals were terrible. It was not a successful company. It needed to capitalize during a current market condition that would allow it to thrive. Again, just like alt seasons, right? We all know that crypto altcoins are not valuable coins, valuable in the sense of the companies that you want to invest in over a long period of time, or coins that you want to invest in over a long period of time. They're bullshit pump and dumps. And if you get in early, great. You can make a ton of money if you know where to take profits, where the experience comes in. But then, if you get left back holding, oh, well, you shouldn't be holding these stocks. And I can reassure you that's what everyone's going to say about these things. SPCE. This is also kind of bothersome that this was a SPAC company. But again, the performance speaks for itself. It's a company that needed money, that did well during a short period of time. And that's the thing that I want to emphasize, is that no, SPAC companies don't always start off failing. They can pump, and then they dump, then they can't pump, and then they dump. I'm just sharing with you the overall big picture, so you're not surprised. That's the biggest thing. If you want to trade ALTS, I see why it's attractive, right? It has the Trump name behind it. It has the Trump brothers behind it. And it's during a time in a current market environment that supports irrationality and BS. Think about it. Crypto and all these altcoins are pushing up for no reason. And they can even push up higher if the Federal Reserve does cut rates in September. It's something very important to pay attention to. Market conditions are favorable for this right now. But again, don't get it confused. The difference between a trade, getting in and getting out within shorter periods of time, versus an investment. You're investing because the fundamentals are value investing because it makes sense. Much, much different. So in the short period of time, you're going to see that people are going to say that this thing can go to $100 per share too. I'm not here to say that it can't. Shit, right? Like Dogecoin can go up 1,000% or whatever it is that it did. Why can't these bullshit SPAC coins do the same? It's true. But when you look into the actual business of what this company does, I think it would become very clear to see that these tokens that they sell, I mean, I think I'll let it speak for themselves, right? I have this video that I wanted to play for you guys, and it's one of the CEOs or co-founders. Just listen up. Let me know what you think.
People are clear that this transaction is actually about ALT5 Sigma acquiring the WLFI token, which is the governance token behind World Liberty Financial, which is different from our stablecoin USD1, which is the fastest growing stablecoin of all time.
Okay.
Also,
there's a lot of things you just said there.
USD1's is that the Tether one, or what's the Tether?
No, we're not Tether. We have our own independent stablecoin.
Yeah.
It's called USD1. It's currently the fastest growing stablecoin in the world.
But still pales in comparison to the Tether coin or the Circle.
We're growing quite quick, Joe. We've reached $2.2 billion of market cap in just under 90 days. It took our competitors, like you said, Circle and Tether, about 3 and 5 years respectively to get to those numbers. And we also trade about $500 million of volume a day, which speaks to the demand out there.
Compared to how much?
Circle trades, I believe, around, low single-digit billions, call it, 2 to 4 billion a day, I believe, last I checked, Joe.
For those uninitiated, though, because you just said a lot of things there.
Yeah,
Sure.
And we had Alaro.
Let's unpack
Did you
it.
see?
We're going to unpack it all.
Unpack it. Okay, so you have this one coin that you're saying is separate from this whole deal.
Yes,
correct?
World Liberty Financial.
World Liberty
is
Financial.
the token that's part of this deal.
Correct.
Okay.
It is the governance token that sits at the center of the World Liberty Financial ecosystem.
Okay.
USD1 is our stablecoin that Zach was just explaining.
Right. That is separate and apart from this whole situation.
Well, it's all part of the same thing. World Liberty Financial, the token sits at the center of it. USD1 is one of the products that we have rolled out.
Okay.
It's the fastest growing stable coin of all time. And we're really excited to bring out some more things that are gonna, really shock people.
He loves blank check companies and.
It's a governance token. Like, when you can't explain what you are selling, it's just insane to me that things like this actually exist. The part that bothers me personally, right? So I wanted to make sure that I highlighted the potential. There's always potential to make money in a market full of chaos and irrationality as markets are pushing up, as interest rates are about to possibly be cut in September. Looking at how crypto is trading and looking at how markets are trading, for sure, anything, ALTS, and anything can thrive and continue to go up. That should never be that, no, this thing cannot pump. Anything can pump. GameStop went from $10 per share to $121 per share within a very short period of time. Everyone knows that fundamentally GameStop is a bullshit company. That's the thing that I want you to understand, is that please understand the difference between a fundamentally well-run company versus an absolute money grab. There's nothing wrong with wanting to take advantage of a momentum-based trade. If you know how to trade, get in, get out, make your money and bounce, I love that. We're all here for the same reason. That's to make money. But please, do not fall for the complete BS that these people are feeding you. These stable coins, these altcoins, they have no utilization. They don't do anything. And Trump has even made this very clear himself when he offered his Trump coin. This is the part that bothers me most about all of this, is that how is it that Trump and so many people, Republicans like myself, we criticize the other side and just our politicians for regulating companies that they regulate or investing in companies that they regulate, yet we're allowing the President of the United States to be a part of these schemes to enrich himself, because that's truly what it is. What is the difference between Trump creating meme coins and being a part of these companies that are crypto based with IPOs and or SPACs and mergers and alts and doing all these things on the back end that he directly benefits from? I mean, look at his net worth based off of the past few months. It's all now driven based off of World Liberty Market, whatever it is that business is called. And it's like, well, then how can you criticize politicians for enriching themselves by investing in companies that they regulate, where you are using your position of power to use your authority and pass legislation that supports and allows your company to thrive during current market conditions? It just doesn't make sense to me. And nonetheless, I just wanted you to be aware of these SPAC companies that in the short term, any company can thrive, and all of them have done incredibly well for a period of time. There was a time that Lucid was trading at $70 per share. There was a time that Nikola wasn't delisted. There was a time that SPCE was up before all of its stock splits, up from its SPAC merger price. But now it's down 99%. So again, understand the difference between an investment and a trade. You can make money trading any bullshit coin nowadays. We all know that. Understand the risk, be mindful of your position, and have proper intentions. Don't be sold the dream that this thing is going to be the next Nvidia, because we all know that it's not. The red flags are there, so you either respect them or you get humbled. Again, I want to see you guys win, but I want to see you win because you earn it, not because you feel like you deserve it. And again, our focus with our channel has always been to look out for beginners. I have nothing against this company itself, I would say. It's just more of like, I do not like, I think it cheapens the presidency that he is using his position of power to truly enrich himself. And personally, that's just not what I thought I voted for. So it is bothersome to see that. But again, that's my own personal opinion. So I wanted to make sure that I highlight the good and the potential, because it's always there, but also that we don't ignore the bad and the risks that the red flags that are obviously present. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Again, if you ever have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if you have any SPAC companies that actually have performed very well, that are not complete pump and dumps, let me know down in the comment section. We'd love to look into it. I know SoFi is one of them. SoFi trades fairly well. DraftKings was another, but more often than not, I'm just talking about the overall bigger picture, it is often because they're bullshit companies that are trying to capitalize on current market conditions and don't want to take the steps of a traditional IPO because it wouldn't make sense for them. So let me know in the comment section what you think. I appreciate your time like always. Let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.